Off target from three-point range. Well, last year, DeAndre Jordan turned in another great defensive performance. In fact, first team all-defense announced in the NBA after last season. Anchored his team as he always seems to do.
And Jordan was a force in the middle. Over 2 blocks a game again and changed countless others with his effort.
Making 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Yeah, you look at the advanced statistics for DeAndre Jordan and his defense at that end of the floor. Top 10 in defensive rating individually and led the league in defensive win shares.
Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Shaun Livingston, he's checked in for Golden State.
Shaun Livingston.
Redick inside the line. Kicks it out to Paul. There's the three. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
Chris Paul.
And it's 9 points for Chris Paul. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in.
And Jordan has really improved his defense every year since Doc Rivers challenged him. Last season ended third in the Defensive Player of the Year award race, but he has one in his future, no doubt, if he continues to progress.
Now, here's Bogut after the miss from Klay Thompson.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
And stolen by Jordan. It's stolen by Bogut. And it's the Warriors on the break. Thompson with the ball. And he lays in the alley-oop.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Clippers trail by 3. A minute 42 left here in the opening quarter. Paul outside. 6 on the shot clock. And Redick kicks to Paul. Launches a 3. Paul missing again.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
No hesitation at all on that alley-oop. Saw his teammate with the path to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him.
And he was ready for it, elevated, made the catch. You saw the result.
And you know what, though? I like the fact that he still chose that conservative finish there, just making sure he got the deuce.
Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Bazili comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Barnes. And it's Barbosa in for Thompson. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
And now, in transition, here we go. Iguodala. It's taken away by Smith. There's the lob to the hoop. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup. Warriors leading by 6. To the left side wing. Here's Livingston. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
35 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. For 3, Barbosa. Tries again. No good from Spates.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Crawford. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. 16 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And there's Barbosa. That's good on the assist by Livingston.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Crawford against Barbosa. Crawford drives in. Off target at the rim.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft. Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, you know, he played, as did Blake, for their dad, Tommy, in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. It doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
Hey, kid, you ready? All right, let's go.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Warriors.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Curry is out there with Barbosa. Then there's Iguodala. Then there's Maurice Spates, and it's Ezeli in at the 4 spot. That's the Warriors 5. The Warriors making a switch here. Green's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. And it's Griffin in for Josh Smith.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And guys, as remarkable as Steph Curry's offensive game is, I think what's underrated is how he competes on the defensive end of the floor. I mean, not the strongest nor most explosive player, but he continues with activity and plays with tremendous effort.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Andrew Bogut checked in for Spates. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Thompson in for Leandro Barbosa. And speaking of Curry's activity defensively, he's certainly got a nose for the ball.
Yeah, he does a nice job at his size rebounding as a guard, and he keeps his hands active in the passing lanes, and he's usually near the tops in the league in steals.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Paul goes in. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Guys, you gotta love the versatility of Klay Thompson.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing.
Offensively, he does everything you want done from the 2-guard spot. He can play with or without the ball.
Clippers trail by 10. Paul passes to Griffin. And it's Paul penetrating. Jordan dishes to Pierce. Back to Jordan. Kicks it out to Paul. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. 14 points for Chris Paul.
And Thompson's certainly in the conversation for the best two-way shooting guard in basketball. There's really not much he doesn't do well. And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it a little too easy.
Give it up for him on Florida, your
Warriors leading by 7.
And Thompson's much more active running the pick and roll lately. A great pocket passer, and of course, the defense has to stay glued to him because of that ability to knock down shots.
And here is Paul after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Paul against Curry. Now the dish to Pierce. The feed to Griffin. Just 5 on the clock. And Redick kicks to Griffin. Green with the block. Launches it. And it's Curry again from deep. Curry's got 13.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Here's Paul. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Steph Curry. The Clippers also changing it up. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Johnson in for Paul Pierce. And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Golden State.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
It's tipped. From deep, Green. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Paul outside. There's 1:38 left now here in the second. Johnson against Green. This is to Redick. That's a 2 from Paul. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Paul's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Now here's Paul. 19 points in the game.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Green. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. 56 seconds left in the first half. And Doc Rivers passed the 700 win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
Barnes against Johnson. That's good from Barnes on the assist by Bogut. And that's now 7 points for Barnes. Clippers trail by 15. Paul kicks to Johnson. And that's good for 2 as he grabs the feed.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Four seconds left. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Wesley Johnson.
From deep. No luck. And so we...
Thank you, Kevin.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 13 points, 6 assists. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable what I'm seeing here. Is this the dunk contest?